let's talk about warding strategies and the best warding placements right now. I'm pretty sure you know the feeling. You're placing a ward, you're leaving the area, and it instantly gets dewarded. I want to give you two strategies that will actually prevent that, and you are not losing wards and you are not feeding gold and experience to the enemies for free. Rule number 1. The enemies know in which area of the map you are playing. So I want you to place wards in this area only if you make sure your teammates or yourself are defending these wards. Stop leaving the area without getting like a free kill because the enemy position 5 or someone else is like dewarding this ward for free. Protect it and stop placing these wards randomly. If you want to place these wards, you should place them in positions where nobody is dewarding. For example, this one. Stop placing them on these cliffs. It is not good. It will get dewarded. I can guarantee you that. And you're going to feed a lot of gold. Rule number 2. If you want to put deep wards without the enemies are knowing that, and you want to make sure they're not getting killed, I want you to show on the other side of the map, like this, outpush the wave, show the enemies that you are there, and after that I want you to smoke up, TP to the other side of the map, and place a deep ward. For example, we are just like blinking up here, like we are running for example, and we're just placing this ward. Nobody is gonna ever deward this because you show top, they're expecting you to be top and they're expecting you to have wards up there. So if you can make sure you're showing on a different side of the map and then you are smoking yourself, running in a very deep without getting noticed and you place a ward, then you have the perfect position for yourself. Let's start with the laning wards. Laning wards are very simple actually. On the radiant side, you are placing this one. And the reason behind that is basically you want to get vision into the lane a little bit. Plus you want to see if somebody's coming through the portal and is like gapping around in this area. Same situation if you play Dire offlane. You're placing the ward so you will get some vision into the lane. That will help you actually on the lane. Plus you're gonna get vision in this area where somebody's like trying to backstab you and ganking your lane through the portal. Laning right now is kind of simple. Side lanes are like bashing each other and one support is gonna rotate through the gate at some point. And this happens usually between 3 minutes and 8 minutes. And when you place down this ward on minute 0, you're gonna have like 6 minutes of uptime. If you wanna ward the lane, it's very important to not ward these two areas. And the reason behind it is basically it gets rewarded every single time because there are already too many sentries because people are blocking or unblocking the small and the big camp. When it comes down to the experience rune, a lot of people are not going through the lotuses anymore. So they're not like moving like this and going there. Instead, they're controlling the minute 6 rune, and after the minute 6 rune, they're running through this area right there and they're trying to go to experience like this. It happens almost every game and people will constantly do that. How you can prevent that is basically with this ward. This ward right there will spot all of this, plus it gives you also vision on the action rune. And that's like a big benefit you will get with this ward. It's the same play on Dire. If you place a ward that prevents people going to experience, it's basically this ward. You will get vision on the action rune, plus if you are lucky, the enemy is placing a sentry uphill there and he will not find your observer ward. It comes down to like the minute 15 to 25 mark. People are tend to farm the jungle. These two positions of the jungle are getting farmed the most in every game. And I actually want you to ward up these areas if you can. The best case scenario is you doing it with a smoke so you can make sure the enemies don't see any ward you are placing. If you play Radiant, I recommend you this ward. Because you see the big camp, you will see if somebody's like pathing here, and you're gonna see if somebody's pathing here. Same situation for this ward. You will get information where the enemies are farming and how they're moving. There's another ward you can place that will give you a lot of information if you have farmed this camp and if somebody's like coming here to farm as well. Same with this ward. All these 4 wards are working perfectly and they will give you information about the position 1 hero most likely that will farm this area of the entire jungle. On Radiant, it's the same situation. You want to ward up the enemy jungle, and these wards are the best positions for it. Just because nobody is gonna sentry that, most likely. If they do, they're geniuses, but most of the people don't. So if you're just abusing these wards, placing them in the enemy jungle early on, like around minute 15 to 13, people will start jungling if they can't lane, and they're just gonna play in these two areas. So these wards will help you preventing that and maybe even gank them and kill them. The upcoming wards can be used at any point of the game, but usually you place them between 25 and 35 minutes. It always depends where the enemies are. This one is definitely a cool ward because you're gonna get access to the big camp on the enemy side. Plus, you can see if somebody's like coming to this lane and he wants to outpush the tower. So this is like a big benefit that you will get with this ward, and it's usually not getting rewarded because people are placing a sentry like in this area because they're expecting the ward to be in this area right there. On the other side of the map, this ward is great for scouting out people that are running up this high ground. Plus, if you have a quelling blade, you can cut these two trees and you will get access on seeing enemies even pathing. This ward is a very sneaky one. Plus, people are usually placing sentries around this area, so they will definitely not spot this ward because it's very on the edge. Like 90% of the wards people place are usually here or here, so they will get spotted by the sentry, but if you place it right there, usually it will not get found. The next ward is also very situational and it always depends where the enemies are playing, but I like this one just because a lot of people are placing this ward right there, and it's usually getting rewarded if people are placing a sentry in this area. So with this ward, you want to make sure you will see the bounty and you will see enemies are moving around the action rune. Plus you might see somebody moving in the enemy or your own jungle. So you're also preventing yourself from enemies are dewarding it, because usually people placing down a sentry down there and they will see this high ground and they will see the mid lane a little bit. Plus this ward right there is also getting warded and dewarded quite a lot. So this ward is actually preventing you to getting scouted. Also because a lot of people are sentrying this one, so you can't find it there. Plus, if somebody's like placing a sentry here, that will usually get placed, you might be lucky and you will be out of the range with this ward as well. The two following wards are basically always placed if somebody's rushing. So the first one is classic on the portal, and the second one is here with a sentry, of course. But if you place these wards, your intention is to go rush, so you need to make sure you are defending these two wards if you place one of them. Same situation on the other side. If you place these two wards, you need to make sure you defend them and you are ready to fight the enemies if they come. If you just place the ward and you just rush and you leave the ward completely and you just lose it for free, you will lose your advantage and you might even lose the fight at rush because you don't see the enemies coming anymore. If you want to go high ground, make sure you place a high ground ward while you are smoked. Plus, place it in this position, because you will get access on the high ground. You will see if people are sitting here in the trees. If you're lucky, you can even place it in this position to see more. And this ward also works on the other side of the map. It's like almost the same position and you will get the same benefit out of it. You will get vision through here. As you can see, you will see the high ground and you will see this complete area if somebody's like camping there or setting up. But you need to make sure you are smoked while you're placing these wards, because a lot of people are using them already and people are dewarding them constantly. But this side of the map and this side of the map is not getting as much rewarded as this side of the map. So if you place a ward there, you need to make 100% sure you're defending it. But if you place here and you are smoked, you might be lucky and nobody will find it.